Candace Owens has vowed to not abide by this gag order. Don't worry about the gag order in the Charlie Kirk case. I plan to violate it on the world's behalf. The things I've discovered in this past week are enough to burn the house down.
Yeah.
Yes, Charlie
welcome to
Charlie was betrayed by everyone. Hey, so it turns out that judge that we just talked to you about in that other segment, and if you haven't seen it, go watch that segment because he's very suspicious. A lot of Google searches on this judge from Israel before the shooting. Isn't that interesting? So he has now had an here it is. He's issued a gag order, an unprecedented gag order in Utah. Over 3,000 witnesses, associates of the case, attorneys, family members, and even the press are subject to this gag order, threatened with potential contempt of court. So here's a little news report from Utah.
Tyler Robinson's latest court hearing was brief, but some interesting things did happen, including one issue that could impact thousands of people here in Utah.
Thousands.
Good morning. Court is now in session.
Tyler Robinson was not present for the hearing. Instead, he listened in from the Utah County Jail. Lawyers focused on upcoming issues like evidence from the crime scene.
There is a substantial amount of discovery in this case, Your Honor. It's voluminous, to say the least.
His lawyers entered their formal appearance and declined to waive his right to a preliminary hearing. Judge Tony Graff has issued a gag order preventing anyone associated with the case from talking about it. It's to avoid pretrial publicity, already a big problem in a case with massive media exposure involving a high-profile figure like Charlie Kirk. But the judge wants to ensure a fairer trial for Robinson. It's also brought up a big issue involving thousands of people.
We're seeking some clarification with respect to the phrase all witnesses, Your Honor. There are a number of witnesses that have yet to be identified that would likely be used in the state's case. This occurred in front of 2,000 to 3,000 students at Utah Valley University. So we're in the process of identifying those witnesses. And so those individuals are presently unknown right now.
The court will rule that as the witnesses become known to each side, that information is conveyed to abide by this order. Obviously, there are potentially many witnesses, and so it's not the expectation that you would be able to do that up front, but as they become known.
The judge made it clear he wants to ensure Robinson's constitutional rights will be protected, as well as the rights of the victim.
Counsel, regardless of who is watching, whether it is the nation or a single individual, we must fulfill our roles with integrity, civility, and diligence. I encourage each of you to give your very best to this case. Neither Mr. Robinson nor the people of Utah deserve anything less than the fair and impartial administration of justice.
Any comment? Outside court, lawyers declined to comment. Any comment?
Not today. Not today. Thanks, though.
Robinson will be back here in court in person for another hearing on October 30th. In Provo, Ben.
So this seems very sketchy. This all seems very sketchy. Where did Tyler Robinson's lawyers come from? Could you look it up? Where his lawyer? Do you have any idea, Kurt?
He's being appointed by the
that's
prosecution.
what I thought. He was appointed.
So the prosecution is appointing.
Well, the way it's going to be framed is the county paid for it, but the bottom line is lots of people want to represent this guy because they think he's getting what?
But they refused him. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of people think he's getting stitched up that are lawyers, but they won't be permitted to do it. The prosecutor will say who did it. And I can't remember
so
the
wait a minute.
name.
So let me just get this clear. So there's lots of people coming forward who want to represent him, but the judge or the county or the government, which is really the prosecutors, get to choose who his legal representation is?
Yeah, well,
how could that possibly be?
Well, the county pays for a public defender, so, it's not ethical at all, but it is legal there. And I don't remember the chick's name. I saw her on a redacted clip, and she explained trying to get in touch. She's a lawyer, this woman. I was trying to get in touch and got flatly refused because they're not allowing that. So they're going to provide him with his defense. They don't want him defended. They want a nice Ryan Ralph stitch-up.
Candace Owens has vowed to not abide by this gag order. Don't worry about the gag order in the Charlie Kirk case. I plan to violate it on the world's behalf. The things I've discovered in this past week are enough to burn the house down.
Yeah.
Yes, Charlie was betrayed by everyone. So she's meaning he was betrayed by Turning Points USA. He was betrayed by his donors. He was betrayed by the Trump administration. He was betrayed by everyone. Because
he was Truman Show. He was living in the Truman Show. That poor guy. Did you see his wife at the rally coming out to pyrotechnics like she's goddamn Kill Tony?
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Yeah,
creepy as hell.
So let's watch this. Shocking cover-up. Utah judges in Kirk's assassinations trial drop secret gag order to silence witnesses. So that's what they're doing. They're putting this. But wait, Israel IP hits on them months before the hit. Judge swap smells like a setup. So just like we've been telling you about, they've been doing these Google searches for everything and everybody inside Utah before the assassination. From the surgeon to the hospital he was taken, to the FBI person, to the judge, to everybody, to the shooter, to Tyler Robinson. This is happening. Google searches from DC and Israel before the assassination. They were Google searching the Lovey Center at the university, which is where they say Tyler Robinson was on top of. They were searching everything. So it turns out they were also searching this judge. In the Tyler Robinson trial for Kirk's September 10th murder, Judge Tori Graff, now presiding, and his predecessor, Robert Lunin, were hit with unique Google searches from the Israeli IP addresses, Lunin on May 15th, Graff on July 26th. That's my birthday. Before the assassination, 0 Utah-based searches on either until after Charlie Kirk's death. Coincidence? Or foreign intel scouring the bench. Lunin retires, so the original judge retired August 1st. Graff slides in August 4th, the exact day that the FBI boss in Utah was yanked by Kash Patel. Timing's it's a red flag parade. Here's the killer. Here's the killer. On October 16th, 2025, Graff, the judge, drops an unprecedented gag order on his own motion. There was no request from prosecutors or defense to muzzle all the witnesses. The judge just did this by himself, pulled it out of his ass.
Oh, I wonder if somebody Google searched Zionist punk and it came up good for him.
You know, I'm just trying to figure out, Jimmy, why does it say December 16th, 2025?
Where
it says, but here's the killer on December 16th, 2025, Graff drops an unprecedented gag order.
Oh, I get that meant to be October. It should be October.
Okay.
I think that's a typo. It should be October.
Okay.
Because that's when it got dropped. No request from the prosecutors, no request from the defense. He just did it all on his own to silence witnesses, future lawyers, staff, even non-case attorneys in their firms. So it binds lawyers to police witnesses' mouths, imputes blame for extrajudicial chatter, routine in high-profile cases, sure, but this one's a sledgehammer on First Amendment rights, tainting jury pools as a pretext while burying both. Defense should have fought back. Our independent sleuths, you, me, and the Charlie Kirk Investigative Committee, are Robinson's best shot at exposing the web. Utah elites, shady vans, patches, but crickets from the media. A month in, no challenges from the media on the official narrative. No, nothing. Where's the press corps spine? This isn't protecting due process. It's a blackout of justice. Yep. I'm game to sue if there's deep pocket patriot who wants to foot the bill for an attorney. I volunteer to challenge and torch this order. Who's in? So, and then you see people like this. So after Candace Owens said, I'm not following this.
Yeah.
So Cat Turd, who does some good work, does some horrible work, which is what he's doing now, or whoever Cat Turd is doing on the Charlie Kirk assassination, trying to shut people up and don't ask questions, don't ask logical questions, even though we know that the FBI is lying and the official narrative makes absolutely no sense. Cat Turd is out there trying to shame Candace Owens for saying she has more information.
Do you see what he wrote? Unbound speech? He didn't say free speech. He said unbound speech. You see that?
So I'm going to read it to you right now. The gag order, so he's quoting Grok, Cat Turd, says, the gag order in State versus Tyler Robinson binds over 3,000 potential witnesses from Charlie Kirk's Utah event to avoid prejudicing the assassination trial. Okay.